I knew I should have just called in sick for the live stream hangout and just played the new Pokemon game instead. It would have been a lot more fun, way more entertaining. Definitely would have enjoyed myself much more. What's going on, Canes fans? It's actually not a joke this time. I don't have any type of funny skit or anything for this video, and it's actually going to be relatively short. It's not that I'm burned out or anything. I mean, this season has been a rough ride. I mean, 5-6, not many Canes fans would have expected this, fighting for bowl eligibility in our last regular season game against Pitt next week. But it's honestly just that I feel like I'm just repeating everything that we already know. I'm just a broken record. And after a while, you do get tired of just talking about the same thing over and over again. The same issues, the same problems. And I'm not seeing really much progress or any positives. So it makes it tough to turn on the camera and just continue talking about it. And honestly, bro, I'm having a really tough time continuing to defend Josh Gaddis. And I've never defended Josh Gaddis per se, but I have defended keeping him around for at least one more season to provide some consistency and stability, And I'm not making excuses for him, but we all know that there have been a lot of injuries with the O-line. There's been a lot of question marks in lots of different areas, and it definitely does make it harder on Gaddis, but Gaddis is not doing himself or the team any favors. So I'm having a much harder time coming on here and saying, hey, maybe we should at least see what we get next year. I don't want to be the dude that comes on here and just says Josh Gaddis is a fraud. Josh Gaddis needs to be fired because it's more than just Gaddis. There's also issues on defense. There's problems with, coaches. There's problems with players. It's a big, major problem. It's not one player, one coach, one position group. It's everything. It's literally everything. And as you guys already know, I had in fact predicted a loss for this one, and unfortunately, I was actually pretty close. Final score was 40-10. I had predicted 34-17, and now I caught a lot of flack for this one, received a lot of hate because I was keeping it real. I did not personally understand what Canes fans saw in this team that led them to believe that they thought we could hang with a 9-1 Clemson just because we beat Georgia Tech. Bro, there were some positive takeaways from that game, but I said it once and I will say it again. Clemson has been stacking and developing talent for far longer than we have. We are way behind when it comes to a team like the Clemson Tigers, guys. It's night and day. It's not even close. What are some takeaways from this game? I don't even think I'm going to say here's the positives, then here's the negatives. Let's just dive straight in and talk about it. Miami outscored Clemson 3-2 in the third quarter. If only that was the only quarter that mattered, we'd all be pretty happy right now. Also, Miami totaled 8 or 9 yards in the first half of this ball game. And yes, you heard me correctly, 8 or 9 yards. Now, I'm seeing one site that says 8. There's one site that says 9. But either way, does it really matter? Because either way, we're talking about a single digit of total offense. 8 or 9 yards in the entire first half of the ball game. I don't know, honestly, if most teams could accomplish that if they were trying to. If that was the goal that they set out to accomplish, bro, I don't even know if they could do it. And you know what? I'm personally glad that Dabo didn't take a knee late in the fourth quarter. I'm seeing so many Canes fans that are saying, that's so disrespectful, Coop. I can't believe they already had control of the game. It was already in the bag. Why didn't Dabo tell his team to take a knee? That's so disrespectful. We haven't earned any respect. That's exactly what we needed. Run it up. That's exactly also what I would do if I was in that situation. Everybody knows that Dabo hates Miami. And even if he didn't, take a knee. Get out of here with that, man. I'm that guy that says foot on the gas all game. I don't care. Your job is to stop me from scoring. And if you can't do that, I'm putting it in the end zone. So I don't want to hear anything about disrespect. We haven't earned respect from anybody this season. I don't care what anybody else has to say about that. And I'm surprised that I'm getting worked up about this because I was pretty calm, cool, and collected during the game. I mean, I still got heated here and there, but again, I walked into this saying there is zero chance we win this game. And I don't like to say never on this channel, but go back and watch my Friday night stream. Go back and watch my preview video. Go back and watch all my videos from this previous week. I said there is no way, no matter how you wanted to slice and dice this game up, other than if you were just hanging onto the hope. You were hoping and praying that a Christmas miracle happened in November. That was the only reason why anyone would think that we had a chance in this game. We literally had only 3 different guys catch the ball this afternoon for a total of 9 receptions. I believe it was Will Mallory, Colby Young, and Khalil Brantley. Literally 3 guys. Just wait until we jump over and I show you guys the stats and look over at Clemson's side and then you look over at our side. It is the wildest thing I have ever seen. If we go look at the full stats from this game, which we will do here in just a moment, if you were to show me the full breakdown of stats, I would tell you that our total stats are from 1 quarter of play, not the entire game. I'm saying you take the stats, you say, Coop, here's Miami's stats. How many quarters is this? I would say probably 1 quarter. I mean, there's no way. An entire game? There's no way that you could convince me of that if I had not watched this game and seen it with my own 2 eyes. Okay, so let's shift gears for a moment and let's talk about the one thing I know everyone's waiting for, the quarterback position. Did Jakari come out and have a good day today? Absolutely not. Am I going to come on here and defend Jakari? Not necessarily, but I am going to ask the question, what did anyone expect out of a true freshman in his second start in Death Valley against a 9-1 Clemson team? A quarterback that we know still needs to work on his passing game. A quarterback that really is a run-first type of guy. And that's what we got out of him. And I don't understand how anyone can argue that any other QB would have been successful today. The outcome would have been the same regardless of if TVD started, Jake Garcia, Jakari, which he did, even though they kind of played the QB hokey pokey with Jake, or Matoka. It literally would not have mattered. I'm not arguing that Jakari is ready for primetime football. Obviously, he's not. But he was who we had to put in at the time. And then we bring in Jake and he comes in and they go down the field and they score. But then Jake turns around also and fumbles and we have a turnover. So my argument here, man, it's just so tough because if you're playing the QB hokey pokey, then that means you don't have a QB. And whether that be because of the quarterback struggling or because of the offense or because of the O-line or wide receivers or tight ends dropping balls, it doesn't matter. If you're playing the QB hokey pokey, you don't have a QB. I just can't believe so many Canes fans now are saying Jakari should transfer. Jakari is a terrible quarterback. Jakari just absolutely sucks when you saw the dude play 2 games. And again, to throw him out to the Wolves like this against Clemson, I just don't know what people were expecting. Sometimes guys do come out and they are the hero. And you're like, well, Coop, we've seen this guy do it. And we've seen that guy do it. But we never do these things. So did you really think we were going to? I really do wish, man, though, that he could have hit Restrepo. He had him wide open on his first pass of the game. And X would have taken that to the house. And it would have been cool. It would have been a really awesome sight to see. And maybe that boosted Jakari's confidence a little bit if he would have made that throw. But again, even if he had, I know, Coop, what are you talking about? You have no idea what would have, we still wouldn't have won the game. It wouldn't have mattered. But man, I'm just going to cut myself off in this one. I told you guys that I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. I have a massive headache right now. I'm a broken record, man. We're continuing to talk about the exact same things, the issues that we're seeing week in and week out, and we're not really seeing any changes. And it's tough to just keep talking about this stuff. But I do want to jump over to ESPN.com and show you guys these just pitiful, disgusting stats. This is just the wildest thing that I've seen. I think that it can't get any worse, and it just continues to get worse. Total first downs in this game for Miami, 6. Third down efficiency, 3 of 11. Total yards of offense, 98. Couldn't even crack triple digits. Couldn't even get 100 yards of total offense. Not even 100 yards rushing, 100 yards passing. But we couldn't get 100 yards total. 68 of that was passing. 30 of that was rushing. Again, we just cannot run the ball. And I'm guessing that Jakari is probably our leading rusher in this game. And it looks like over here that he definitely was. Penalties, 6 for 58. 2 turnovers and time of possession, nobody cares. Box score. Jakari, 6 of 13 for 53 yards. Jake, of course, came in 3 of 5 for 15 and the touchdown pass. Leading rushing, Jakari. When your leading rusher has 22 yards, you're not beating anyone. And that leading rusher is also your quarterback. You're not beating anybody. I told you guys, look at the receiving stats. Look at Clemson's column and look at Miami's column. Who is to blame? Whose fault is this? Man. Like, I know it's Clemson. I know that I said I expected a loss and knew we were going to lose, and you weren't going to change my mind. But you're still telling me that this is all we can muster, though? Like, man, it's still a tough pill to swallow. It still stings. Because there are going to be the people that jump in the comment section and say, well, Coop, if you expected a loss, why are you heated in the react video? It still sucks. Man, I'm tired of being the laughing stock. I'm tired of getting embarrassed over and over and over again. Like, the football season is almost over, and the only positives I have to go off of are the fact that we're getting rid of half of the team and possibly firing some of the coaches and replacing them. When those are my positives that I'm looking forward to, defensively, Cam Kitchens continuing to step up. I hope and pray that dude stays a Miami Hurricane. He played well today. Basaint looked pretty good. Akeem Mesidor played pretty well. MVP, I guess, was Headley. How many punts? 6 punts, 3 of them inside the 20, a 61-yarder. Once again, MVP of the Canes, our punter. Is what it is, man. I'm not playing, y'all. Man, I'm done. I'm going to render this video, and I'm going to go play some Pokemon, and I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my night and have some fun. Maybe watch some real football games like Tennessee and South Carolina or USC and UCLA. Now, it is kind of crazy, y'all, because Georgia Tech beat North Carolina. I saw that just a second ago. College football is just so wild and crazy this season, especially the Coastal, which we expect. But the team, man, I was over here talking about how North Carolina can possibly beat Clemson because they're going to be able to put up some points. And then North Carolina comes out and loses to Georgia Tech. Like, dang, man. Freaking wild. Let me know your thoughts. I know that I'm frustrated and I say I don't want to keep discussing these things. But again, this is what we do. We're Canes fans. We're ride or die. We're here no matter what. We don't run. We don't hide. So let's chop it up. Let me know if there are maybe some positives you guys saw that I didn't mention, or just dive deeper into the negatives, or just vent your frustrations. Is this the worst Miami Hurricanes team in the history of the program? I don't know, man. I don't know. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, somehow it's still always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.